Welcome to the second week of the Computing Challenge. This one is presented by myself, Mr. Chowdhury, and I will very quickly go through how I would have come up with the answers for the three challenges set last week. So the first one we're going to go through is for the junior department challenge. So the little beaver has 5 stamps, and we can see the 5 stamps that he has here. Using these stamps, he created a painting. We need to see in which order did the little beaver use these stamps. Now we need to think on how can we work out which order he used the stamps in. We need to think which stamp would have gone all the way at the bottom. So if we look at the shapes here, we can see that this rocket shape seems to be the one at the top. Then we've got the alien underneath, and then we've got the planet underneath. And then we've got what seems to be the sky, or the maybe space with some stars. That one is all the way at the bottom because it's not coming on top of any of the others. So number 3 would have been the first one. Then we need to look. The only one which is overlapping on top of that and is not overlapping any others is the planet that we have there, which is number 5. So we start off with number 3 and number 5. Then we've got 3 left, which is 1, 2, and 4. As we can see, we've got the legs of the little alien man, and he is coming. It looks like that is long enough to come under the little bottom part of the spaceship. So the spaceman, so number 4 would have been next. So we've got 3, 5, and 4. As we can see, we've got the green rocket shape, which we've got the long part at the bottom, and that seems to be coming underneath the bottom part of the rocket where we've got the fire coming out. So it looks like the correct answer would be 3, 5, 4, 1, 2, and that's actually matching option B. So the answer there was B. Well done if you got that correct. Now, our second challenge, which went out for the year 4s to 6s, well done if you got this one correct. We've got programmer Beaver is sorting out logs for a hut using these rules. The first action, if the log is shorter than the one to the right of it, it will be used for flooring. And if it's longer, then it will be used for the roof. Beaver is taking logs in order and repeating actions 1 and 2. So he's going through all the logs in order, and he's repeating all the actions. So if it's shorter than the one to the right of it, so that's the one after it, then it will be used for flooring. But if it's longer than it, they'll be used for the roof. So the question is, how many of these logs are used for the roof? So we need to go through this process. We need to count how many logs are longer than the one to the right of it. So number 1, that's not longer, that's shorter, so that will be used for the floor. Number 2, again, that's shorter, so that will be used for the floor as well. Number 3, however, is being used. It is longer than the one after, so that will be used for the roof. So that's 1 so far. Number 4 is also longer than number 5, so that's 2. Oh, and number 5 is also longer than number 6, so we've got 3 so far. Number 6 is shorter than 7. Number 7 is shorter than 8. Number 8 is longer than 9, so that's a 4th one there. Number 9 is longer than 10, so that's a 5th one. And number 10 is shorter than number 11. So far we had 5 logs which are being used for the roof. And as we can see, we've got option C, which states 5 logs, which is the correct answer. So I hope you got that right. Please do give that another go during the next challenge. Oh, now the third challenge, which was for the year 7 to year 8 students, we've got the kangaroo built a clothes dryer. They want to strengthen the poles to save the dryer from beavers. Unfortunately, they can only afford to strengthen one pole. In which pole should they invest? So we need to think about which of these poles is supporting or drying the most clothes. So we've got pole B. Now, if we were to get rid of pole B, we would actually be getting rid of the line between pole B and C and pole B and E. So we'd be losing 3 sets of clothing between B and C and 5 sets of clothing between B and E. So in total, we are losing 8 pieces of clothing. If it was pole C, we are losing 3 pairs of clothing between B and C, 3 between A and C, and 2 between C and D. So we're actually losing 3 plus 3, which is 6, plus 2, which is 8 pieces of clothing. Pole D, it's only supporting 5 pieces of clothing, 2 between C and D, and 3 between D and D. E is actually supporting 3 pieces of clothing between D and E, 5 between B and E, so 8 so far, plus another 2 between E and F. So that's 10. That's the strongest so far. And the last, or the most pieces of clothing so far. And the last one is F, which is actually holding 2 pieces of clothing between F and E, and 5 pieces of clothing between F and G, so 7 in total. So the most pieces of clothing was actually being held up by E. So if we wanted to invest in one of these poles, that would have been E, as that was supporting the most amount of clothing. So I hope you got that one correct. If not, think about that, how we work that out, and give that a go in next week's challenge. We do have the Beavers challenge coming up very soon, so please do practice these and let's give that a go. See you all later. Take care. Bye.